I'll start the focus thing already. RJ, what's up, dude? Joshua, Kate. There you go, Kate. There's your shout out. There's your weekly shout out. Old Ohio Angler, what's up? Clayton. J Pops, what's up, dude? Jameson, what's going on, buddy? Heavy Arms, appreciate the $1.99, buddy. Of course, you're entered in the giveaway. We'll get into that here in a second. How you been, bud? Brandon, what's going on? Doug, yeah, what's going on, dude? It's been a couple weeks, man. How have you guys been? Lonely Sundays the past 2 weeks. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm back, though. We'll try and do one, every Sunday again. Colton, appreciate the buck, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. What's going on, C? I have not used the Daiwa Tattoo Elite Rods. I have not. Steve, what's going on, dude? I did pick up, though. What we got on? You only got some people on here. I did pick up the Fuego CT. That is another reel that you guys were wanting me to review. And like I stated before, when you guys do donate, I put that money back into the channel. That's when I bought the 2 Shimano reels. And the rest of the money that I had, I bought the CT here. So those 3 reels I'll be able to review for you guys, this season. So what is going on, guys? For those of you that did donate already, little giveaway for you guys. Anyone that does donate in the super chat, entered in a little giveaway. We do have 2 packs of Vile Craws, pack of Vile Bugs. We got 3 packs of Plasma Tails, and a little Rapid Fishing Line Guide. So anyone that donates is entered in the giveaway. So let's see here. Guggen baits. I get asked about that like every single week. I haven't used them yet. They look good. I'm sure they work. A lot of guys are just hating on the baits because they don't like the guys. I'm sure the baits are solid. What kind of trolling motor do you have? I got a Minn Kota Altera, and the spot lock isn't working. I'm just spinning in circles. Any ideas why? I'm not familiar with that trolling motor at all. I have the Edge 55. That's what I'm using. So not familiar with that one. What's going on, Greg? Appreciate you tuning in, buddy. No longer 0 for 2019. Caught 7 fish so far, all the same lure. That's cool. What lure was it, Old Ohio? Ain't bad at all, man. 7 fish. Andrew, what's going on, dude? I'm doing good, man. How are you? Found a 12-foot Sea King boat, trailer and motor, and fish finder for cheap. Summer will be crazy this year. That's cool, dude. Cheap is always good. Appreciate the $5, buddy. Doug Shelton, you're entered in the giveaway. Did you manage to keep that bag away from the wife? I think she has both of them upstairs, so I'm assuming she has plans for them. But when she's at work tomorrow, I'll snag the bigger one for sure. I do appreciate the $5, Doug, though. You are entered in the giveaway. Recommendation frog setup. I've used all sorts of different rods for frogs. I've used 7.6. I've used a 7.11, 7.2, 7 foot. I've used a 6.8. The one that I think I like the most is a shorter combo. That way, when you're working the frog, you're not smacking the boat, smacking the water. Either that 6.8 heavy fast action, or I use a 7 foot heavy moderate fast action. Both of those work really well. Again, it's a heavy power, slower tip to it. 50-pound braid usually, 7-speed reel. That's what I like. I know a lot of guys like the longer rods. I did in the beginning, but I just got away from them. So they work good. I just used them on a 2-day tournament and did well. Oh, the Guggen baits, that's cool. A small Colorado bladed spinnerbait. That's what you caught them on. That's cool. And normally I lean towards double willow, but yeah, Colorado will work well. Sure, I'm sure your water's muddy just like everyone else right now, so that's a good combo to be fishing right now. So pretty cool. Yeah, hopefully I can get out this week. I tell you what, you guys know I work full-time job, so I don't get out as much as I used or that I'd like to. But I mean, it's either the wind or the rain. I mean, I don't have that much fun going out fishing in 30-mile-per-hour winds and rain. So I haven't been out that much. I go to the pond still weekly, but I've only had the boat out once so far. But hopefully I get it out this week. I know I always look back at my Instagram posts, and my first fish from the boat last year was May 17th. So I'll definitely beat that this year. But I know my first fish last year altogether was I think, February 28th. And this year it was March 1st. So I missed it by one day. I'm a War Eagle finesse spinnerbait guy. That's my favorite. It catches slaunches. That's cool. Try lots of different lures. Underspin with a swim bait, crankbait, nothing else. Got even a nibble. Yeah, last year, this time, and even a month prior, I did really well with the underspin and a swim bait at the ponds that I normally go to, and I haven't caught a fish on them yet this year. So things are just kind of, funny this year. I'm not really sure what's going on. Listen to see more likes, people. We only got, man, what's going on? We only got 35 people on here. That ain't cool. Usually we have like 100 by now. Maybe I should start a little bit later. Do you wish Randy Flowers a happy birthday? No, I did not. Spinnerbaits and blade applications. Joshua, I got a really good video on fishing spinnerbait. Check that video out. I got a lot of info in there. I think it's a pretty long video too. I think it's like 16, 18 minutes. Tons of info in there. You know, where you should fish spinnerbait, blade combinations, all that. So definitely check that video out. When to throw a willow. I mean, that real fast. Willow, Colorado. I like a willow blade. Put it this way. I fish muddier water, but I have better luck with a willow. Now, majority of the guys are going to tell you to fish Colorado just because they have more thump in them. A willow fits my style of fishing more just because I like to reel them a little bit faster and all that, where a Colorado forces you to slow down because of the thump that it has. But typically, guys are going to say fish a Colorado in more muddy water, willow leaf, and in clearer water when you're wanting to move a little bit faster. But again, use what works for you. A willow works better for me than the Colorado blade. But that's kind of like the rule of thumb that guys go by. Got to throw some Kitex and 6XDs for spotted bass tomorrow morning. That's cool. 6XDs, going deep, huh? Just got back from the lake and caught a 7-pound largemouth bass. There you go, man. Did you get a picture? What size shaky head jig do you use on a biospawn plasma tail, and what company do you use? What do I use the most? I like the Owner finesse ball heads. I like Picasso shaky heads. Usually 3/16 to 1/4 is the weight that I use. Sun's still shining here, but it's been cold today. I tell you what, yeah, it's been weird. It's been like 70s a few days ago. Last night, low was like 38. I know a couple guys up north, a couple hours from me, they got snow. I mean, we're getting a ton of rain, no snow, but this weather is really goofy, especially compared to like last year. I mean, I keep thinking the springs are going to get better as time goes on, and they're actually getting much worse. So hopefully that turns around one of these years. Aaron Wessel, appreciate $10, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Really appreciate that, buddy. Again, anything that you guys donate just goes back into the channel. And for those that do donate, little giveaway. We got 3 packs here, 2 packs of Valcross, Valbug, 3 packs of Plasma Tails, and the old Rapid line guides. Do appreciate that. Do appreciate that though, guys. Loving the Valbug. I did get to use that. I started using that last year at the end of the season, so I didn't have a whole lot of time with it, but I did use it the first few times out already this year, and I am really liking it. And guys, really asked what I compare it to. If you fish the structure bug, it's pretty similar to that. Pretty much a beaver type body, and it's got some kicking action there, and the claws just like the structure bug. TJ, what's up, man? In games, man. That was awesome. My birthday was a few days ago, and he wanted to go see that movie, and the only showing that we could get into was I think it was Friday at like 8:15 in the morning. So we went and seen that Friday morning, and it was pretty awesome, I will say. No problem, Andrew. Best early spring baits for when water is cold. I like a chatterbait. I like a lipless. I like an underspin. Flat-sided square bill, something like that is usually what I start out with. As the water is warming up, then you can go to just a regular square bill, spinner bait, move a little bit faster, a little more thumping action to them. Your wife is a looker. How the heck did you pull that off? Hey, man, I wasn't too bad back in the day. We've been together for about 20 years now, so. Have you tested? No, I've not tested the BB1 Pros yet. I'm hopefully going to spool up here. I should just spool a couple up, but hopefully I spool up all my other ones here really soon. So, like Picasso Rhino heads and 3/16 for shaky heads, for sure. JP, appreciate $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Yeah, man, I'm glad to be back too. I'm trying to think why I missed the last couple of weeks. I think Easter. I didn't do one because of Easter, and I was going to do one that Saturday night, but I ended up working till like 9 o'clock, so I went and passed on it. And then the week before, I think I just was out to dinner. So yeah, I'm glad to be back too, though. St. Louis Blues fan, what's going on, Ronnie? I tell you what, your boy old Mike Watts went to Kincaid, that long drive for like 3 little fish, dude. What's up with that, man? And even let his dad beat him, I think. Enrique, what's going on, buddy? Favorite reel company and rod company. Rod, hands down, Okuma rods. I mean, I love the Okuma rods. I mean, the rod action is why I'm with Okuma. I just love those rods. Reel company, I mean, I like a lot of different reels. You guys know I'm reviewing a bunch of different reels. Just picked up the CT. You guys have been asking about that one as well. I'm going to review that one. I mean, Daiwa makes a killer reel. I still love the Okuma reels. What else am I going to try this year? I got a bunch of Lew's. I did a review already on a couple Lew's reels. Got some more that I'm going to be reviewing as well. I mean, these days, I mean, everyone's putting out a solid reel. So, Megabass Dark Sleeper, I have not. What's going on, Mike? That you enjoy using a vibrating jig. Have you seen new Booyah, Mealy? I have seen them, Doug, but I have not tried them yet. And I did see TackleFreaks. They just got in some of the ones from Striking. What are those things called? Thunder Cricket. I'm going to pick some of those up here really soon. Enrique, I appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Kincaid is usually really good this time of year. Yeah, Greg, I tell you, he had about 30 excuses why he couldn't catch them. It was raining, it was muddy, there's 3 tournaments going on. I mean, he shot at me every excuse in the book, and he only ended up with 3 fish. So I've only been to that lake once, man. It's over a couple hours for me. I wish it was a little bit closer. I'd really like to fish that lake a lot more. But yeah, I didn't do too bad the one time that I was on it. Pretty good lake though. I really like it. I mean, it's much bigger than the lakes that I normally fish. What do you think about Fenwick rod and reel combo? Fenwick. You know what? I think I did use some Fenwick rods. I can't think of them now. They had a brown color to them, but those were good rods. And I used a couple Fluger reels with them. It was actually a pretty good combo. I haven't used it. If Fenwick does make a reel, I haven't used it. That's why I only fish fairly close lakes. It's bad enough when you have bad days fishing without a long drive. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, I mean, it's a 4-hour round trip. If you don't do good, I mean, really any day on the water is not a bad day as long as you're not at work, really, right? But you would think, though, for as good as that lake is, 4-hour round trip, you would at least stay till you caught some good fish, you know. You can only have one brand of soft plastics. What brand would it be? One brand right now is the way everything sits right now with all the different types of baits that are out and everything like that. I'd probably have to go with Striking just because they have so many different styles of baits out. But tell you what, this company right here got some big things here in the future, so keep a lookout on that. Definitely keep a lookout for that. Let's see, what's your favorite frog to throw in open water? I usually throw the rage toad the most, but if you want like a hollow belly, probably like the Spro 65, I throw that the most. How about some free giveaways? I do free giveaways all the time, Mike. And I didn't even, just to clear things up, I didn't start this whole giveaway donation thing. You guys, out of the kindness of your heart, started donating to me, which I really appreciate. I never asked, never once did I ask for donations, but I wanted to give back to those who do decide to donate for whatever reason. So that's why I started these giveaways. I never asked for money like a lot of these guys do. Again, I do appreciate it, but I was never asking for it. So again, if you guys do donate, we do have a giveaway here for you guys. But again, I'm not asking for donations. Want to clear that up, Mike? But yeah, I just gave away like that $100 bag. What was that, like a week ago? How do you determine what size Ned head to use? I don't have a whole lot of experience with Ned rigging yet, but as far as the shaky head goes, for me, normally I'll go probably 1/8 or 3/16, probably first, but I probably end up throwing usually probably 1/4 the most. It just really depends on depth, you know, wind and things like that. And I mean, I don't think the wind has stopped blowing in probably 5 months. So, I mean, like I said, that plays a role in it, depth and things like that. Of course, you want to have bottom contact, so the heavier you have, the easier it is to feel. Normally, though, I like to go out, go a little bit lighter. But again, if you have any wind at all or any depth, you're going to want to go a little bit heavier just so you got feel. Hope to hear your thoughts on the Thunder Cricket. Yeah, I'm going to pick some up here real soon. A lot of guys have pretty good luck on those. You drive down, I have the boat. Hey, that's a good deal. Might take you up on that, Greg. Anyone finds a loose spinning rod and loose speed reel in Wren Lake, it's mine. Oh, by the way, it's 10 feet of water. Hope you mark that waypoint, man. Dark Wing Duck Dangerous. Appreciate $10, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Tell you what, I also got, what do I say, Rapid Fishing Line Guide. I'm even going to throw in, this is the Rapid Fishing Hook All to keep on like your trailer hooks and things like that. I'll throw that in the mix as well there. Just to show you guys I really do appreciate the donations here. I actually made a beefed up beetle spin that works well. That's cool. I'm typically a pond hopping guy, but I'm in the Lake of the Ozarks, Table Rock area, and I've been ripping them on the Ned rig. I caught 36 in a tournament on Table Rock. That's awesome, man. Why do you like a Bomber Square A? It's a price thing, or do you feel you catch more fish with them? Enrique, man, I don't know what makes that little square bill so good, but it's definitely that I catch more fish with them. It's funny. I probably fish the Strike King 1.5 the most, but it seems like when the bite gets tough, then I go to the Square A. But I probably should be starting out with the Square A just because, majority of my big fish have come on that bait. And for me, I think it's a sound thing. It's got a nice deep one knocker rattle to it. And, it comes through wood really well if you're throwing around brush. It really is an awesome square bill. And if it's like $4, you can't beat it for the price. If you break them off, it's not killing you, but they just flat out catch fish, dude. Where we at? J Beats and Waves. What's up, dude? You are the only person on YouTube I've donated money to. I do appreciate that, Doug. Much appreciated, brother. Greg was getting the net for my fishing partner and kicked it in. That ain't cool. Brian, I appreciate the $10, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Have you throw big swim baits? If so, what brand? No, I'm not really into the swim bait game yet. The biggest thing that I have is the 168S waivers, if you even consider that a swim bait. But I will be getting more into that here soon, as long as I do well with the 168s. That funny, Mike? Chuck, appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. I'm home playing with the Barbies. You and Andy? I think Andy's still in Florida, man. Joe, no, I got a dozen Dobbins rods sitting behind you, man. Best rod length for crankbait fishing. I would say good overall length would be 7 foot. If you're, real close quarters, fishing real close to the bank, you may want to go to like a 6'8", 6'10", something like that. If you're deep cranking, you're going to want a longer rod so you can get a longer cast to get the depth. But a rod length that I use the most is definitely going to be a 7-foot rod. I can get, I throw, the deepest I throw is a DT10, and I can get full depth out of that with a 7-foot rod. I'm sure I can even get deeper with a deeper crankbait on a 7-foot rod. But for all my shallow type cranking and even the DT10s, 7 foot gets it done for me. Are you still using the Okuma TCS rods? Will you be trying the favorite fishing rod Scott Martin switched to? No, I'm still using the Okuma rods. Yeah, I have no reason to switch my rods. I'm more than happy with those. Did Phantom get some new Barbies while on vacation? I hope he did. I hope he did. Favorite fishing conditions? That's a good one. I tell you. I like fishing in the heat. Probably my favorite time to fish is really those hot summer days when everyone's staying at home. I like being out on the water. Nice, cool, calm day. Not cool, I guess. Warm day, but calm water is probably my favorite time to fish. The bite gets tough, but you can almost, especially muddy water, you can almost, pinpoint where those fish are going to be in those conditions. They don't always bite, but you can bank on it. That's where they're going to be. In muddy water, I don't believe they go deep. They stay pretty shallow. In those conditions, they're going to be tight to cover, under docks and things like that. So that's when I like to fish. I mean, the fish don't always always bite. Like I said, that well during those. I've probably done the best in early fall. You know, right around September. You know, I've probably done the best. I catch my biggest fish around then. But I just like fishing though on those hot summer days. You know, get a cooler Gatorade out there and just relax and fishing, just have a good time. What's your favorite Dobbins rod for top water? I'm looking at the 735 CB right now. For top water, I would step down to the, probably still have one. I think it's the 685, just because as I'm working the top water baits, I don't want to smack the water and all that. But that rod there, the 735 CB, I use for a majority of my cranking. The reason I like the Okuma rod versus that rod is just because the Okuma rod is just a little bit softer, but it's still a killer rod though, for sure. But yeah, I like a little bit shorter rod when I'm doing top water. What's better for use with a chatterbait, braid or floor? I'd go with fluorocarbon for that, bud. You have a 745. I use a 734. Yeah, I have a 734 and a 745 in the orange series. What's that? The DX. So here for jigs, but I feel like it's not quite as stiff as I want. In the extremes, worth the extra coin. Or champions, do you have any extremes? Yeah, that's what I have. I think they're the DX or something like that. I mean, that's an expensive rod. Yeah, you get a little more sensitivity out of them versus the champs. Is it really worth the money? I mean, it's a pretty good price jump. I mean, the champs is a good rod, no doubt. If you want to spend that extra money, you can. I don't feel it's quite. I mean, those extremes go for like freaking what, almost $400 now. So I think champs are like around 250 or so. So it's a pretty good price jump. I mean, the 45, it is a beast of a rod, though. It's a tough one. I mean, I guess you have to look at the price difference. Is it worth it to you? I think the sensitivity is there, but I mean, I do just as good with the champs, you know, when I was really fishing those rods. Not a lot of viewers tonight. Maybe they thought you stopped doing the live. It could be. Well, we're up to 70 people. Ain't too bad. Okay, normally we're double that by now. That's all right, though. Could we get some more thumbs up in here, though? We got 32. We can probably do a little better than that. Have you used the Academy Sport braided line? I have not. Favorite species to catch other than bass? I mainly bass fish. I really don't target any other fish. My favorite eat would be crappie for sure. But, I mean, catfish. I always catch catfish every now and again. They put up one heck of a fight, so that's a lot of fun. Is there a chance you'll be fishing with Trey? I really don't know. TJ, how is the confidence on the Swimbaits going, bud? I haven't really fished many yet this year, so as of right now, I don't have a whole lot of confidence in them. But we'll see how I do with the 168. We'll go from there. No, I don't kayak fish. What's going on, Frank? PB on the frog. My PB, let's see here. My PB all came on. Well, on the lake I go to the most, my PB came on a power hog. That was a 5.5. The other lake that I go to, PB's on a it's 6-pounder on a square bill. I caught another 6-pounder on underspin. Then that one I caught at the park lake by my house, that's what I'm saying is my PB. That's one I didn't get to weigh. That one I know was pushing 7. That was on a square bill. On a frog, I'm probably going to say, I'm going to probably say 4-pound range, which I probably have on video. But majority of my big fish, like I said, has always came on square bills because that's what I fish like all the time. Thinking about making balls of crankbaits. If I do end up doing, if I could, I send you some to review. All right. Just tried out my Corrado DC a couple days ago. I absolutely love it. I am king of backlash, but even I would have to try hard to make it backlash. Is that good, huh, Chuck? You haven't spooled that one up yet. I'm going to use that one. I want to kind of compare that one to the Concept Z. They're both kind of known for, I think, throwing lighter baits. So I'm going to put those on more of a finesse type casting rod, throw lighter baits with them and see how they do. So that's pretty good news there that you can't backlash with that easy, you know, throwing light baits. So see how that goes. You love the plasma tails? Me too, man. What's going on, Buckeye Bassin? What's your favorite brand fluorocarbon line? I've been using Cigar and VizX for probably, I don't know, 10, 12 years. It's super soft. I love it. I don't have any reason to switch from that. Ismail, hello. I'm watching a movie while I watch your stream. That's cool, dude. We're up to 79 people on. Awesome. 80. Best braid. My favorite braid would be Sunline FX2. I love it. Have you done any boat upgrades recently? I use a lot of your tips upgrading my boat. I haven't, and I was kind of thinking of some stuff that I could do, but I'm pretty set on getting the new tracker. So I probably won't do anything to the boat this year. If things go well, most likely I'll sell my boat at the end of the season and get the new tracker. Like I said, it comes stock with the 24-volt system on it. I mean, it's got this dual rod lockers on it. I love the center storage. I mean, it's really set up, you know, how I like it. So most likely I'll be selling my boat at the end of the year. Hey, what do you know about the Styx rods? They have the 6 rods for $500 if all you will need. I've seen guys use them. I think it's what Informative Fisherman and all that. I see him using them all the time. I've never looked into them, never fished with them. He's really the only one that I've seen actually use them. I'm always seeing commercials and things like that about them. I'm sure they're decent and all that, but you know what? I take that back. I think I have heard one of the other guy talk about it. I think the length of the rod were a little bit longer than I would have liked. I think at that point I stopped listening. I think, but I'm sure they make a decent rod. Sell it to me. I'll come get it. I'm in Illinois too. Well, Joe, I mean, I've mentioned this already a few times. I've already had a lot of messages about guys wanting the boat. So probably what I'll do is when I'm going to sell it, I'll make a video, and the first person that commits or whatever, the first one that ends up being in my driveway is who I'll sell it to. Best frog reel. You know, you don't have to have a high-end reel for frogs. For the longest time, I used the Pro Qualifier reel, 50-pound braid for frogging, and it worked just fine. But, you know, probably a higher gear ratio reel, 7-speed, 8-speed, and just get whatever you can afford. But I use the Pro Qualifiers for that. I did use the Johnny Morris reels for that. The Daiwa Tattoo, the Tactical, that Tackle Warehouse was selling, I used that for a while for frogging. So I didn't really use high-end reels for that, and they all held up just fine. Favorite reel for the money? For the money, I'm still saying it's hard to beat Tattoo CT. What's going on, Frank? Appreciate the $3, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Anyone just tuning in? We do have 2 packs of Vile Craws, pack of Vile Bugs, 3 packs of Plasma Tails. We got the old Rapid Line Guide and the Hook All. Anyone that donates a super chat is entered in the giveaway. Junebud Lizard #1 got my PB on it this week spawning. That's cool. Hey, man, Matt, how's that boat going, man? I've heard about not using a trailer bait for spinner baits, but what about chatterbaits? For chatterbaits, I usually always have on this color right here, a little plasma tail. I'm like that. Spinnerbaits, I don't throw a trailer on spinnerbaits as much, but chatterbait just has a smaller profile to it. I don't ever put on a trailer that has a lot of action. Normally, the one I use the most is this one right here, or the Strike King Blade Minnow. Neither one of those have a lot of action. You're more looking for profile, and the blade gives the action to the trailer. But yeah, chatterbait, I usually always have a trailer on. You got to watch too, though, Doug, with the chatterbait in a trailer. Like if you have a little 1/4 ounce chatterbait and you try and put a 5-inch fluke on there, it's going to completely kill the action. Most likely it'll roll on you. So you got to match the head weight to the size trailer as well. So if you're going to throw like a 5-inch fluke, normally you want a 3/8 or a half to be able to handle that size of trailer on there. Slowly, I went out for a few hours today. Got 13, nothing over 2.5. Hey, 13, man, it's a good day. How would you approach sponsors as a fishing YouTuber, or do they approach you? And sponsors and YouTuber the last few weeks, there's been a whole lot of like hate on that subject. But when I first started out, they approached me. And if it was something that I was already using or something I was interested in, I, of course, took the deal. These days, you know, pretty much what I do is I just use what I want to use. And if I see myself constantly buying a product, or that I really like the product as I'm using it, and I want to save a few bucks or whatever the case may be, then I'll approach the company and say, hey, I'm using this, I'm using that, I'm doing this. Can you help me out, or whatever the case may be? But you need to be able to offer them something. So I'll email them saying, hey, I have this, this, and this. I get this amount of views, throughout the month. Check out my channel. Let me know what you think. I'm already using your stuff. Can we work something out? I know a lot of guys that I guess give other guys a bad name is there's a lot of guys out there that'll just try and get a sponsor, never even use the stuff or never even use it once they become sponsored or partnered with that company. They just want to say that they're partnered with somebody. And those kind of guys will ruin it for other guys like myself. Money buying the stuff, why not try and get a deal? That's kind of how I look at it, But yeah, you definitely got to be able to offer them something. So just wait till you're big enough to be able to give them some exposure. So what's going on, Joshua? Favorite Daiwa reel SV103 for sure. What tow vehicle do you have? I just recently bought a 19 Ram Rebel. We stopped watching the Indians Astro ball game to watch this live stream. I appreciate that. Went out today. See here, Joe. Okay. Also, would you invest more in a reel or rod? That's a good question. I'm going to say, really, I'm going to say invest some more. I put more thought, I would say, just because, the Okuma rods that I use, guys, the TCS at 140. Some of the reels I use are cheaper than that, or they might be more expensive. But I guess I put more thought into the rod, not so much money. Again, you could just get a rod cheaper, or you may like a certain power and action, and it's a cheaper price. So I wouldn't look at what you're going to invest more. But again, I put more thought into the rod over the reel because you're actually fighting the fish with the rod. No matter if it's a crankbait or whatever it is, you want a certain action to either to land that fish, to be able to throw the bait or whatever it may be. I just put more thought in the rod. The reel, of course, you just cast it and out. You still want a smooth drag and all that. You want it to feel good. But again, like I talked about reels before, I never really pay attention to the specs when I buy a reel. Sometimes if it looks cool, if it feels good in my hand, I'll try it out, something like that. But again, I never really look at all the specs on trying to put more thought into the reel. I'm more concerned about the rod, reel to cast the lure out. Of course, like I said, you still need a nice drag on there. You want it to hold up. You want it to feel good in your hand. But again, I just put more thought on the rod versus the reel. What we got? Do a giveaway for the boat. Yeah, that would be nice. I was talking about the 745 Extreme. Man, am I that far behind on comments? Yeah, I got that one back there behind you. It's a solid rod, no doubt. Mom and Dad giving you a shout out. You guys better go catch up on Game of Thrones. Stop watching me. We got snow, now sunlight. It's not the boat that catches a fish. Why tracker and not a higher end boat? The tracker was the first boat that I bought. At that time, I didn't really know anything about boats. I went to Bass Pro, picked out the boat. It's pretty much as simple as that. I didn't really do any research when I bought a boat. Tracker was really all you heard about. Now that I've had the boat for as long as that I have, there's really nothing wrong with the boat. Like I said, all the modifications that I've done to the boat and made it fishable, now they pretty much come stock that way, and they've improved them more than what I did to mine to make it fishable. So, again, I've had great luck with the tracker. No reason to get a different boat. And I can't really get a higher end boat, if that's what you mean, like a fiberglass boat, because the lakes that I fish have horsepower restrictions. And if I get a glass boat, I got to have a bigger motor. So that ain't going to work for me. So I got to stick with something that can get me a 50 horse max, 50 horsepower. And that's about all I run. Because the lake that's closest to me, like 18 minutes down the road, it's only a 15 horsepower max. The other lake that I go to, I believe it could be like a 175, but they have more of a speed limit restriction versus a horsepower. So I still got to stay around 50 horse to be able to fish the one lake that I fish the most. But yeah, tracker makes a solid boat. Have you heard any rumors about iCatch 2019, new reels, lures, or anything? I have not. Matt, what's going on, dude? Loving the new dry bag. I just got my rain suit in it. And actually, then the wife took them both upstairs. I'm not sure if she took my stuff out or what she did. But yeah, as of right now, I like the rain, or I like the dry bags. And I thought those were in stock, so I guess they sold out really fast after the video. But it was definitely a solid bag. Have you tried both Tatula CT and the Tatula SV? If so, is there a big difference? I'm looking for some new reels. Currently, I have a Fuego CT. I got the Fuego right here. That's what I was showing in the thumbnail there. Just pick that up, try out. If you guys wanted to do a review on that reel. That's a tough one. I mean, the CT, it's a killer reel. 129, I believe it is. Now, the SV retails for 200, but if you go to TackleFreaks, which I'll have a link in the description, I'm kind of partnered with them. It's just an affiliate link. They have that reel for 160. So, and that's regular price. It's not on sale. So, pretty good price there. So, if you're looking at price, I guess if you get it there, you go SV. But if you go like full retail, like if you were to get it somewhere else, the SV is 200 and the CT is 130. Is it really worth the extra 70 bucks? I mean, that SV spool is nice. You probably do backlash less with it. But I mean, I've had great luck with that CT, and you can probably even find the CT even cheaper than 130. I'm sure if you look on eBay or something like that, you can probably get it for like 90 or 100 bucks. So it really would be tough to pass up that reel for that price because the CT really is that good. Once you get comfortable with the reel, really figure out how to cast a baitcaster. I mean, it is hard to backlash with that reel once you got some experience with it. So, I mean, it's a tough call, but if price does come into play, you can't go wrong with that CT. I got 8 3-pounders this weekend. I'm northern Michigan on the watermelon jig. Good times. Good deal, man. Best braid to floral leader knot. I use a double uni just because it's strong, it's fast to tie. I don't use leaders often. I'm sure a majority of the guys are going to say the FG knot. There's plenty of videos on that, but me personally, I just like the double uni. Victor, what's going on, dude? Good to see you, man. We're trying to get some people up in here. 86 people, 56 thumbs up. Come on, guys, hit that thumbs up button. Do you pay your royalties for using you on YouTube? What? Do they pay you, royalties for using you on TV in the Deeper commercial? Chris, I didn't even know I was in the Deeper commercial, so that would be a no. And I had emailed them after a bunch of you guys told me that I was on TV in some commercial. And it literally is for like 1 second. But I said, hey, man, am I in a commercial that I don't know about? So they ended up sending me the clip. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I still haven't seen it on TV yet, but they did send it to me over an email and I seen it. But it was pretty cool. But yeah, I knew nothing about it. You ever replaced Z-Man Chatterbait custom skirts? If so, what brand? What brand would you get? I don't know if I replaced that particular skirt before, but what I use most? Boss skirts. I think Boss is probably what. You know what? I probably have a bunch. Yeah, they are. Boss skirts is pretty much what I use. Boss or it could be War Eagle. There's a couple other brands that I use just because they have this golden china color that I like. It could be War Eagle, but I think Boss is what I use the most. Anyone have a link for the commercial? I think it was on the Pursuit channel. I think that's what they said. But yeah, they just sent me the little 30-second clip in an email. It was pretty cool, but it literally is like 1 second. Yeah, if you blink, you won't see me. 85 people in here. Anybody just tuning in? Little super chat giveaway. We do have 2 packs of Mile Cross, Bile Bugs, 3 packs of Plasma Tails, Line Guide, and the Hook All. Do you use any hard body jerkbaits? If what brand? I like the Duo. I like Lucky Craft. Strike King. Probably my favorite is the Mega Bass. I don't throw them a ton just because, I hate to jack up a $25 crankbait. But, because I usually throw them around rocks or things like that. So they would be my favorite. But I probably throw maybe the Strike King or the Lucky Craft probably the most. Dude, you got turned into a Picasso nut. How do you decide to throw a worm Texas rigged with a bullet weight or a shaky head? It just kind of depends. You just got to pretty much let the fish tell you what they want. But I mean, Texas rig, it's great for dragging. Shaky head, again, if you have the right worm, right head, it's going to stay up off the bottom. Where I guess a shaky head is going to have more of a vertical fall to it. This really depends, what the fish want that particular day. But I probably, Texas rig, I cover a lot of water with. And when I go to a shaky head, I'm more target fishing. If I know a fish is going to be on that stump or that lay down, that's when I throw a shaky head. I just feel it has a better presence to it, more realistic looking, where the Texas rig is just pretty much laying there on the bottom. Where a shaky head, and you can rig more than a worm on a shaky head. You can put a creature bait on there, a hog, something like that. And again, just how the shaky head is, if you're using the right plastic, it'll stand up on there, look more realistic. You can leave it in one spot and give it action, where again, you really have to kind of move the Texas rig out of the strike zone to give it some action. Again, it's just laying there on the bottom. So if I'm covering water, moving fast, probably Texas rig. If I want to slow down, target fish, if I know some fish could be there, that's when I'd go to a shaky head. I guess that's a good way to put it. Yeah, we watched In Games. Watched it on Friday. We watched it actually 8:15 in the morning. It was the only time that we could get tickets for it. I have not used the BB1 Pro yet. Joseph, appreciate the $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. I usually do great this time of year. Jerkbaits here in Illinois, nothing but one dink this year. Yeah, Joe, man, the bite's been pretty weird here as well. I always look back on my Instagram posts to see what I was catching them on and time of year, just kind of comparing dates and all that. And it's been a crazy year, and fish are definitely not biting like they did the previous year. So I really don't know what's going on, man. I do know that the lakes, I'm sure all lakes are. I mean, they're pretty much all flooded. They're muddy, and the bite has been tough. No, Greg, that picture never came through, buddy. And I looked again just because I got your last message. I thought maybe you would have resent it, and it did not come through yet. But those were some big fish, man. What's going on, Jay? Appreciate the $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Oh, man, wadded fishing. Get out of here, dude. I was telling everybody earlier how you were down to Kincaid and you caught 3 little jokers. I think double uni is the easiest to tie, but since the cold front hit, I made myself learn the FG knot. Patience is key. Isn't that true for fishing? Yeah, no joke, dude. Yeah, I don't have patience for that knot. Again, I don't tie leaders hardly at all. Fishing that mud water that I fished, I mean, if I'm going to throw braid to a leader, I'll just throw straight braid. I goofed when I purchased 2 of the Bass Pro. Greg, the picture could have came through, but I just got a message there. I goofed when I purchased 2 of the Bass Pro reels. Oh. I goofed when I purchased 2 of the Bass Pro reels when they were on sale. I finally got used them today, and now I know I should have bought 4 of them. Yeah, man, I've been trying to tell you guys that reel is no joke. For $50, it was a steal. But even at full retail, it's still a steal. Jerkbaits is awesome right now in Maryland. Also swim jig and wood. No, I've not tried the Dark Sleeper. Bayou reels, what's going on, man? The water was high and very muddy. Mike, that's what you're telling me, man. It was muddy, it was high. What else did you tell me? It was raining, it was windy, there was 3 tournaments. I mean, I think every one of the tournaments was catching them, dude. I mean, I don't know what happened, man. Sid, appreciate $2, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Has anyone heard of the Jawbone Baitcaster combo? I have not. I'd imagine wadded fishing was on the north end, fishing the mud, just because that's where he seen me catch them, and he almost got the W. He did get the W on Friday when he was there. Come on, Mike, spill it. Been holding off on pulling the trigger on purchasing Picasso Hank Cherry Straight Shooter Pro Jig or Picasso Shock Blade Tungsten Knock or Heavy Cover. What's your thought on both? I don't have the Shock Blade Heavy Cover. I have some of the, I guess, the regular ones without the weed guards on there. I really don't see any need for the ones that have the, I guess, the weed guards. Chatterbait itself is pretty weedless. So me personally, I wouldn't buy those. Now the straight shooter, I did pick up. Actually, I think I picked up 6 of them. I only have 2 because the other 4 are on back order. But my thoughts on those was with a straight line tie, should come through cover and grass, things like that really well. Haven't fished them yet. I just picked them up the other day. But I think it would be a really good swim jig. I'm not really sure the purpose of that jig, but when I seen the design of it, I thought swim jig right away. And that's what I'm going to use it for. But Doug, I'll let you know how those hold up, man. Wadded fishing. The wind didn't bother me. There was 2 jokers out there with umbrellas on their boat. That was your dad and your brother. The 3 Stooges. The 3 Stooges are out there. Have you tried the Megabass Grand Siglet Topwater? I have not. Never even heard of it. Ever tried any of the Picasso underspins? Curious what? Yeah, man, I've been using those for a couple years now, man. I like the fact too that you can buy them together, but I buy the, one second, hold on. I'll show you, man. Give me a little underspin box here. What I'll do is I'll just buy the heads. I'll buy the heads separate, and then I'll just buy the blades separate, like that. And if I want the flash, I'll add it on. If not, I'll just leave the head by itself. But you can buy them already done, or you can buy them and make them up yourself. And that's what I do. I just buy a bunch of the shad color heads. I like A 3/16, quarter, and 3/8. I buy the 2/0 and 3/0 hook, depending what trailer I'm going to put on there. And then I buy a bunch of the blades. And again, I just make them up on the go. So again, you got your plain head there for swim baits. And if you want the flash, you just add the blade. So where we at? I tried to the north end, but all the debris and logs on the water kept me from going up there. I didn't want to tear up my boat. Man, wadded fishing, that sounds like another excuse to me, dude. No problem, Doug. It's in between ice fishing and spring fishing here, and I don't have any idea for videos in between seasons. Yeah, it's kind of where I'm at right now. Fishing hasn't been that great. I haven't been out that much. I'm sick of being in the tackle room. I don't have any videos yet for Tuesday. I got to think something to do. I may not even have a video. I don't know. But I was hoping to get out tomorrow. If I don't get out tomorrow, I may go out on Wednesday. So then maybe I'll have a video on Thursday. But we'll just have to see how it is. Fishing's been kind of sucky. Water's muddy. Here I am. I'm giving excuses like old wadded. Mike, you're wearing off on me, man. Bought Picasso Chatterbait for saltwater stripers in 1 ounce. Been awesome in heavy current. It's cool. No, I have not. I don't have any of the Thunder Cricket yet. I do pick some up though. I'm going to pick some up though. 100 NORIR, $2. Appreciate the donation, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Oh, Greg, man, don't give him none of your spots, dude. He'll wreck them up for life, man. Old Mike, he'll just put the bad mojo on those spots, and you'll never catch another fish off them. Don't give him your spots, dude. Mike, what do you think end games, man? I'm telling you, Greg, don't do it, man. Don't do it. What do you think end game, Mike? It's pretty awesome, wasn't it? I'm going to Florida next week and hoping to do some pond fishing there. Well, Phantom Fishing, I think he could be actually coming back today, though. He loved it. It was awesome. Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I'm sure you'd probably rather seen like Cinderella or something like that. I'm sure, your daughter really wanted to see it. But it was pretty awesome. Yeah, I could go see it again. It was pretty good. Going this Tuesday to see in game. Yeah. I won't say anything. I don't give no spoilers away. Nothing like that. Favorite square bill? That's toss up between KVD 1.5 Bomber Square A. I mean, they're just for the price, performance, quality. I mean, they're hard to beat. I mean, that Bomber Square A for $4, man, it really is a killer square bill. They're not your spots. They're all the guys I fish against. Bay Your Reels came in late. What is the giveaway for tonight? We got 2 packs of Vile Cross. Pack of Vile Bugs. We got 3 packs of Plasma Tails. And then we got Rapid Fishing Line Guide and the Hook All. Anyone that donates to Super Chat is entered in the giveaway. Might even do something else for you guys. Got my MTV Pro box here. Anyone want to try out the first box for 15 bucks? If it's a Pro, use code TJ81. Regular box, $5. Yeah, all the codes are down in the description, all the links, anything like that. Use a silent or the rattles. Now, I gotta have the rattles, and I like the one knocker rattles versus like the BBs. Speaking of square bills, there's this one we got in the Pro box here. Chippewa. Any of you guys heard of that? This color just looks killer, man. I'll get it out this week. I'm definitely trying this one out. I think I said this is like a $15 square bill, something like that. Get it out of here. Get a rattle to it. Ah, it's silent. I wish they had one knocker rattle. Hooks are sticky sharp, though. I'll tell you that. That's pretty slick, though, man. I really wish they had a rattle in it. It'll still have some noise. You got to think, even in the water, the hooks are still banging against the body and things like that, so it'll still have some noise. I'd much rather have a little rattle in it. But that definitely is a killer looking color, though. It's from Chippewa. What else we got in here? Any of you guys use the Amazing Baits yet? The Thwacker. Got one of those. Tell you what, I'll even throw this in the giveaway because there's no way a smoke lizard is going to work for me. I'll toss that in the giveaway for you guys. They're not going to see that in the muddy water, nor are they going to see a watermelon seed Ocho. I'll even toss that in there for you guys as well. Jig, I'll keep the jig though. Diesel jig, football jig, Joby Karl. That'll work, sure. Yeah, man, I'm pumped to try this one out. That's pretty slick. It's got a round bill on it though. See how she does. Yeah, pretty sick, dude. So, Mike, you're going back 2 weeks, huh? Uh-oh. Wife just said Game of Thrones and tea in 9 minutes. I thought it was at 9 o'clock. What time is it? 7? 8? I thought it started at 9 o'clock, babe. Victor, appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Winner, chicken dinner. What is your favorite color for muddy water? I guess it would depend on the bait. Soft plastic, probably black and blue. A hard bait, probably like a white blackback. Those pop pretty good. Or chartreuse blackback, but normally like a gizzard shad type color I would use for a hard bait. And get soft plastics, black and blue. I'll buy that crank off you. No, man. It looks pretty good. Again, even with the hooks, they'll still have some noise. I want to try that out, though. It's got to be something unique about it here. Fat, flat side body, molded weight, circuit board, lip, hand-carved body design. Hand-carved. I wonder if that's like a balsa type deal. Feels like plastic. Chippewa Crank Series. High-pitched, tight wobble. Does not easily get snagged on cover and structure. No, I'm definitely trying that out, dude. That looks pretty killer, man. The only subscription I use is the 6 cents monthly one. I love it. That's cool. A couple more weeks until camping fishing trip for my first vacation of the year. Hope to share some pics of our catches. Yeah, dude. Knock him dead, man. Oh, Waddy Fishing's planning on it. Dude, we need to get our dads out there and do a little tournament. That'd be fun. I've been catching tons of fish off a flat-sided square bill that I got from MTB from March's box. That's cool. Yeah, man, I seen you fishing out in a snowstorm the other day. Isn't that crazy? It's a circuit board. I tend to not like those just because of the durability. You know, a lot of those, I think the Spros have those. Who else? I think it's just the Spro that I use has that. I haven't had any issues with those. I think the Jackal Askas, they might have it as well. I haven't had any issues with those breaking. But we'll see how it does. Oh, man, Ronnie. You see that, Mike? Mike Watts needs some fishing lessons. And Mike, let's see here. If you didn't make the tent video and you didn't really catch any fish, did you not get any videos? No, I've never fished Kentucky Lake. Man, it was nuts. Crazy for going out. That's for sure. Wife was like, "You're nuts." Ronnie needs fishing lessons. And you guys, hey Matt, did you see this? Some of you can see this in here or not. This is a new mount I'm going to try out for the GoPro. And it's got a little section under here that holds that adapter, the GoPro adapter. So you don't have to like tape it to the back of your case or wire it up or Velcro it. I've seen these for like 15 bucks. I've seen a video on it. I picked it up. Of course, Mike Watts picked one up as well. But it'll actually hold that adapter in there. You can see that there on the bottom. That's pretty slick. What is the max amount of wind you go out in? I guess it really depends on the direction. If it comes out of the north, it pretty much kills all the spots that I like to fish. Out of the south, it really don't make much difference to me. 15, 20, not that big deal. It just depends on the direction. I got some, but with the rain, I didn't know if the Yola battery box was waterproof. Oh, Mike, are you going to mix it with your other fish catches? TJ81, best looking YouTuber on the old interweb. When are getting into some bass tournaments? I just do little friendly tournaments with my friends. I probably won't do any like real competitive type stuff with my work schedule. I mean, I work weekends and things like that. The lake that I fish the most, it has little club tournaments. Again, I work on that day as well. So I don't see any tournaments in my near future. That's I'll have to check that out. Where did you pick it up at? I got it on Amazon. I also got this cool little mic as well. You can see that. I'll send you the video that I watched on this, Matt, when we get off here. But it's just a cool setup, and you don't have a whole lot of wires and stuff hanging around. This just plugs right into your adapter. And the video that I watched on this mic, I mean, the audio was awesome. Mic's only like 27 bucks. This is only like 15 bucks. But this makes it for such a little, convenient little compact package on your chest if you're using like a chest mount. I think some of you killers do. So again, remind me, I'll send that video when I'm off here. I think the guy's name could have been it could have been Bassmore. I think it was. Best rain suit you recommend? I see here the Pro Qualifier stuff I've used. It's not the best. I wash trucks for a living, so I'm getting like wet all the time. So we really put the rain gear through the test. And like I said, the Pro Qualifier stuff is an awesome wind block, but we got wet in it pretty easy. 100 mile per hour stuff I still use. That's pretty good. A little bit heavier, so you don't get as wet in it as well. The Pilot Rain suit from Gill I use. I really can't say I've really fished in much rain with that. More wind. Again, it's a good wind block as well. But really don't have too much opinions on that just because, again, I've only used a few. But I know a lot of guys like the 100 mile per hour stuff. A lot of guys like the Gill suits. So, I mean, I think AFCO makes a good one. So there's plenty of them out there. But I'd imagine a majority of them, just with my experience, you're going to get wet. What's the best advice you could give Mike Watts? I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I don't know if any advice really could help Mike out. Okay, sounds great. Definitely do shoot that video over. I'll be checking it out. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's I think it's gonna be a killer setup. I think Mike, again, he just used it when he was filming the other day, but it's gonna be pretty cool. And it does even have a little deal up top here if you want to put a mic up here on top. But again, I'm just gonna use this one here that I can just plug into the adapter. I think it's gonna make this for a real convenient setup. So I'm just trying to think of something to make that I plan on doing a lot of fishing videos this year. I'm just trying to think of something to make everything easier to where if I can set up a few GoPros with this setup, that way everyone is mic'd, then maybe I won't have to wear a wireless mic. And wherever I catch the fish at, or wherever I'm talking on the boat, whether it be up front, by the dash, or in the rear, if every camera is mic'd, it'd be easier to, to do the edit. So we'll see how it goes. In Central Illinois, this weekend, the wind was straight east and cold front. Not good. I tell you, I don't think the wind has stopped blowing for like 6 months, 5 months. I mean, it's been stupid. I think even this week, all this week, I think it's rain pretty much. It's 80% tomorrow, 80% on Wednesday. I think both days are blowing 30. No, blowing 20. But those are my days off. Then I got to work the other days. So it's like every day off I have, it's raining or it's windy. And I just worked in the rain and the wind the day before. So like I don't want to go out and fish in it as well. I don't know. It's been it's really been a crappy spring, you know. Greg Smith, you're a friend to this joker on Facebook. Yes, Mike, I'm friends with him. How many Biospawn Exo sticks do you have? I don't have a whole lot of Exo sticks. I bet I don't have 7, 8 packs over there. I'm not a big stick bait kind of guy. We've been on here an hour. We'll stay on here for just a little bit longer. Game of Thrones is on tonight. Giveaway, I tell you what, I'm going to have to get a bigger box for the giveaway just because we threw in some lizards, we threw in some ochos, a bunch of baits in here. So you guys are getting hooked up. That's all giveaway stuff. Anyone that donates is entered in the giveaway. And if you guys don't want me to do this anymore, let me know. But like I stated earlier, never once did I ask for donations. You guys started donating. I really appreciate it. Again, I put the money into the channel. All the donations so far on the 3 reels, the Fuego here, and those 2 Shimano reels. That's all the money that I've gotten from the donations. Again, I put right back into the channel with the reels. I'll do reviews on those. So when you guys do donate, I want to get back to you guys with the giveaway. So that's why I do that. Where are we at? 40 degrees this weekend. Yeah, I think it was like a low of 38 here. Pretty stupid for almost May weather. I mean, it's just beyond dumb. I agree this spring has sucked. I've caught 3 fish. I probably caught, I don't know, maybe 12 or 15 or so, but it's definitely has sucked. If I look back for the bigger fish that I caught this time last year, and more fish, I'm way behind as far as that goes. I caught my first fish on my boat last year, May 17th. So hopefully I get one this week on my boat. So I would have beaten that from last year. And last year I was on the board, though, February 28th, and I was on the board this year, March 1st. So I didn't get that by one day. Still have ice on Lake Erie, temp 32 degrees. Man, that sucks. Do you like any of the new video fishing, Fish Finders, Garmin, or Lowrance? Chris, you guys know I don't fish many lakes at all. I fish like mainly 3 lakes. I hardly even turn on my Fish Finders anymore. I know the lakes pretty well. I like to get water temperature. That's about it. You know, water temperature and depth. Other than that, you know, I really don't even use them. Of course, all the new options on those units are awesome. And I think if I fished more lakes, more open water offshore, I think they would really come in handy for me. But fishing muddy lakes like I do, those fish are up shallow. It's basically target fishing, stumps, rock, things like that. I really don't need the Fish Finders on the lakes that I fish. So, I mean, of course, I like to have some different units and get all the new technology, but it wouldn't really do me any good. Rod Royal, appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Jim, did you sell off all your Dobbins? No, I still got them behind you guys. They're in the rod rack right behind you. I'm probably going to use, I'm definitely going to use a 702 DX this year, just because I'm going to be using the Concept Z, which is orange, and it matches that rod. I want to use it for finesse, so I will be using at least one of those rods this year. Again, Rod Roll, I do appreciate $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Brian, appreciate $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. Something I guess we can ask, you know, like I said, you guys wanted me to review the 3 reels, so I did pick them up. Like I said, I mean, I'm pretty set on my rods. You guys know I like the Okuma rods. I love the actions. Again, that's why I use those rods, just because of the action. But again, I know a lot of you guys may not want Okuma rods. So if I was going to pick up a couple rods to review as well, what would you guys like me to I can even talk. What would you guys like me to review as far as rods go? I got the SLX, the Shimano reel. So if you would like me to review that rod with that reel, I could do that. I'm not sure if the Fuego, they might have a rod. Maybe I can review that rod with this reel. Let me know down below. Again, Brian, appreciate the $5, buddy. You're interested in the giveaway. Okay, Gary, is there a wrong way to put braided line on a baitcaster? With braid, it really doesn't matter if the line's coming off the top or the bottom, just because braid doesn't have any memory. So you're good with that, bud. Had a good day of fishing today. Still only a high 50 degrees and all this weak rain, and still cold. Water temps are still only in the 50s. I think Mike Watts, when he was at Kincaid, I thought he said it was 62. So not too bad. Going to every day this week here in CT, not good for fishing. Man, fishing has been, it's been terrible. What's the best version of the GoPro for a rookie to start filming my fishing trips? Clinton, I've only used the 5, bud, so I really can't say which ones are better for whatever reason. But as a new GoPro guy, I guess what I've been using GoPros for maybe 2 or 3 years now. The 5 is really easy to use. I love it. You can look at the clips on the GoPro. You can actually delete them on there as well, so you can kind of go through your footage. I'm not sure if you can do that with other models, but the 5 for me was really user friendly. I caught on right away how to use it. I mean, I really like the 5. I actually have 3 of those. That's all I film with, and again, they're working out well for me. I would think too, with there being a 6 and a 7 out now, you probably get a pretty good deal on the 5. The only thing I don't like about them, I guess it would be the same for the 5, 6, and 7, is the adapter that you got to use if you want to use a mic or charge it. That GoPro adapter, it's big, it's bulky, but that's why I think this case here is really going to come into play, just because it actually holds the adapter. It's not all flopping around and making your audio static and all that. So I'm really looking forward to checking that out. Doug, I enjoy donations for giveaway. Where else can you get a chance to win possibly 20 plus in prizes with a $2? Yeah, that is a very good point, Doug. I tell you what, this is definitely 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Say 35. Yeah, this is about probably 43 bucks or so. This is going to cost me $8 to ship it. So that's a pretty good deal if somebody only donates $2. What's going on, TJ? Good to see you. What's going on, Greg? How you doing, buddy? Oh, no. The wife says Game of Thrones is on now. Well, you better be recording it, woman. And you're going to lose that bag, too. Charlie, appreciate the $5, buddy. You're interested in the giveaway as well. Dobbins Fury. I think I do have one Fury left. I think I got the cranking rod, the 705 CB. So I could review that one. Shimano X Pride, Shimano rods, Tatuli Elite, favorite Defender rod. Everyone is going to say an expensive G looms. Yeah, let's go more like budget friendly, $100 range. Maybe we could even do like 160 or so. So I think that's what the Elite rods are, the Tatulas. Let's see what else we got. What is the price range for gear reviews? I mean, I don't really have a range. I'm not going to go out and buy a $600 Steez. I bought the, well, I guess you guys helped me purchase the Fuego. I did purchase the DC, Shimano DC, the SLX. And then on my own, I bought the, what's it called? 13 Fishing, what's it called? Concept Z. I got some loose reels I'm going to review as well. So, I mean, there's really no price point, but again, I want it to be somewhat, budget friendly. I would say under, I guess we can do one of each. Let's do like a $100 rod and maybe like a $170 rod, maybe even one up in the 2 range. So we got 3 different rod prices to review. The water temp was ranging 60 to 64. Enrique, I appreciate $2, buddy. You're into the giveaway as well. Central Indiana's fishing has been pretty good. 6-inch Swimbait has been producing some big girls on a regular basis. Look into bait company. I'll check them out, Greg. That's cool, dude. Glad you're catching them, man. Adam, what's going on, dude? You're late, man. Looking to Frog Togs. Looking for a medium light 7-foot plus rod to throw light finesse. Don't prefer finesse, but KVD Quantum has a nice rod. Would be a good review. Your money. All right. Medium light 7-foot. Falcon has a new rod out for 2019. 129, not too bad. SNH Outcast rod, 6 skill. I do have, I talked to the guys over at PC Fun, and I did get 3 rods to put on those reels. I know, Doug, you were asking about those reels a lot. So I wanted to put budget-friendly rods on those reels as well. So I talked to those guys and hooked me up with a few rods. So we'll see how those do. The Torrent, which I think is $60, and the Serpent, which is, I believe, $80 or $90. The Serpent I got, it's a cranking rod. And then the Torrent ones, I got spinnerbait and then a jig rod. So I'll pair those up with the PC Fun reels. And as long as they're decent, you know, that would be a pretty inexpensive combo for somebody to purchase. So I think what the reels are around 60. If you get the Torrent rods, you get a pretty good combo for 100 a quarter or so, as long as they're good. But, you know, we'll see how the review goes. But that is a plan for those. D-Bass and 21. What's going on? It's been a while. How you been? Brian just picked up my tracker to the Tracker 195 Tournament Edition. The storage is insane. Smooth ride. Brian, that's what I'm thinking, man. I'd want it in the 175 just for the motor that I need. But that's kind of my plan this year. I think at the end of the season, I'm selling the old Tracker and getting the Tournament Edition. Jeff, what's going on, man? I have not used any of the Skeet Reese rods. No, I have not used the DC yet, Matt. I need to spool some reels up. I just spooled up a couple of the SX reels the other day, the Okuma ones, but I haven't spooled up any of the other ones that I plan to review. But I'll get to it. Again, like I said, it's 80% chance of rain tomorrow, so I'm sure in the morning I can spool up some reels. Loose rods. Yeah, I need to probably try a loose rod. I've been reviewing the loose reel, so I need to try a loose rod. So did you purchase that expensive loose reel? You haven't had a chance to use it yet? Oh, the TI? No, I haven't even spooled it up yet. So we got a lot of different rods here. Shimano, Dobbins. Okay, who's for? Let me see a bunch of number 1s on here if you want to see the SLX rod. Do you use P-line? No, I haven't used P-line. Yeah, Matt, SLX reel. Maybe we can pair that SLX reel with a rod. That'd be one rod. Then we need a Shimano. What's a Shimano rod? You know, $100 range. Do they even still make the Comprays anymore? They used to. I'm not sure they even make those anymore. So maybe we'll pair the SLX, excuse me, the SLX reel with an SLX rod. And then we need to pair something with the DC and something with the Fuego CT here. So Shimano Corrado around 160. Talking about a rod? Let's do that then. I think we'll do that. We'll do the SLX. Maybe we'll do the Corrado for the reel. So we need a rod for the CT. So that would be what, a $100 rod? That'd be a $160 rod. So we need something for the Fuego, which I thought Fuego made a rod as well. So maybe we could do that one as well. SLX rod. All right, I'll look into that. So we'll do the SLX rod. Maybe we'll do the Corrado if the Corrado has. I thought Corrado was a reel, but do they have a rod? If they do have a rod, we'll look into that for to match up with the DC reel, and then maybe we'll look at the Fuego rod as well. Ever thought about trying a favorite rod? I haven't. I mean, I'm really happy with the rods that I'm using with the Okuma rods. I have no desire really to use any other rods. I mean, I'm really happy with the power and the actions of the rods that I'm using. Again, I want to use some other ones to give you guys some more options, just in case you're not an Okuma fan. I get that, so I'm going to use some other stuff for you guys. But so I have no desire to use favorite rods. I'm not saying they're not good. I have no desire to use them. What kind of fishing are you using it for? I mean, SLX, I was thinking I'm probably going to put, well, as of right now, until I get the SLX rod, I'm going to put that on a Chatterbait rod. The DC, I'm going to put on a 7-foot heavy, or 7-foot medium heavy, fast action. I'm going to use that for lighter, shaky heads, I think. And then the Fuego, I was going to use for spinnerbaits. I want to use it for, reel these reels for something that they're going to get a lot of use, so I can beat them up and see how good that they are, just like I did with a couple loose reels. So most likely, like I said, it'll be, more moving baits. Where are we at? So there is a Fuego rod. So I'll look into that Fuego rod. Phoenix rods are really good. What's the lightest one of your Okuma? What's the lightest one of your Okumas load up at? I like a finesse casting. Matt, the one I use the most when I'm trying to cast lighter lures is the TCS. It's a 6'9". It loads at 1/8. Anytime I'm trying to throw something really light, that's the route I go to. I think it's called the Martin APC. But again, it loads at 1/8, and like I said, you can just launch out there, light baits. It really is a killer rod. It's a fun rod. I used to use it for spinnerbaits all the time. It really is just a fun rod just because it loads so light. It's soft. So I appreciate your honesty, which is why I say watching you. Thank you. No problem. Appreciate that. I bought the 6'9" TCS medium heavy and love it so far. That's the rod I'm talking about right there. It really is a killer rod. They make that rod in the 7-foot as well. The TCS, the APC. Got a Skeet Reese 9-foot cranking rod. Long handle, takes getting used to, but it will launch a crank. I bet it will, man. I bet that 9-footer will launch a bait, man. Cousins rods. No, I've never even heard of them. I bought 2 Okuma rods and reels. Love them. They are not building the Scott Martin chair any longer. Are they making them better? Changing the guides? Do you know anything about that? With Scott being gone, I'm sure they're going to change those rods, but those rods have been out for a while anyway. So even if he was still with Okuma, that rod is due for an update. There is some talk about it. That's all I know. I don't know anything else. I know they are thinking about, building another rod. But as far as specs or anything like that, or what it's going to look like or when, I have no info at all on that. My new budget setup is the 13 Fishing Black Fate Gen 2. Green with the PC Fun Phantom. Great results so far. Yeah, the PC Fun reels, man, they got great reviews. I know some guy, some joker, on that video I just did on the dry bag, some dude made some stupid comment about Smallmouth Crush. Already exposed that company, how it's crap or something like that. So I looked at the video, and it's not even PC Fun. It's oh, what's the name of it? It's something, oh, I can't think of the name now. Anyways, if you go to Smallmouth Crush, if you watch the video, at the end of the video, he goes to the website. It's on Amazon. You can see the name of the company. It's not even PC Fun. This dude's acting all dumb. So I responded to him, say, dude, it's not even a PC Fun brand. And then I just erased his comment. But, yeah, I mean, all the reviews for those reels, I mean, they're solid. I mean, there's even, FLW pros that are sponsored by PC Fun. Guys are looking at it like, that they're stealing designs and things like that. I mean, I looked into, that company. Actually, I've been talking with them for over a couple of years. Not working with them, just talking with them. I've become friends with them. That's why when I talk about their products, I say my friends with PC Fun, just because I got to know the guys over there, and they're good dudes, no doubt. But like the Phantom X reel, a lot of guys are saying that they stole that from Ardent, and that's not the case. Okay, now that reel, I'm not sure if they even designed the reel, or you know how it is where there's companies that make reels and other brands can go in there and say, yeah, I want that reel, and they put their name on it. Well, from what I know, I'm not sure if they had any hand in designing the reel, but as far as that particular reel, they can't make it exclusive to them just because they don't sell the volume to be able to do that. Where Ardent is selling more, but they got the same reel as well on, what I don't know what the name is, but they're using the same design as well. And everyone's like, oh, they stole that from Ardent. Well, they didn't. They actually used it first, but they can't make it exclusive to them just because they're not selling the volume to be able to do that. So that's really what the deal is with that. But I mean, just from me talking to the guys over the years, all the reviews, I mean, it's nice to be able to put a face with a company, get to know them. And I mean, they really are some good dudes. And like I said, all the products that I've used from them in the past are solid, as far as the line spoolers and things like that. And I haven't used the rods and reels, so I can't tell you if they're any good or not. But, they feel solid. They feel good, especially for the price. Reviews are great. we'll just find out how they hold up. But that's kind of my thought on them. But yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. Some dude is bashing them, and it's not even the same company that he's talking about. Like, some guys, he's telling the subscribers in the comment, my subscribers, do your research before you buy something. You know, well, obviously he didn't even do his, because I don't even know if he finished the video, because if he would have seen the real brand, and it was not PC Fun. Anyway, that's my little rant. How long can fluoro stay? I missed something. How long can fluoro stay on a reel before it's no good? Matt, before I don't trust it anymore, what I do is I'll spool up, like I'm getting ready to spool up some reels now. I'll fish those reels with fluorocarbon all year, and then I'll use them again the next year, like I'm doing now, what I did with reels I spooled up previous year. And then when I know I'm going to be fishing, you know, full time for the season, then I'll take the line off. So I would say a good solid year is what I'll use the line for. Most likely it would probably last another year, but I don't want to, you know, chance it just because, you know, I don't catch a ton of fish, and I'm not going to risk the line not being good for when I hook up with a good one. So I do change it every year. But if you watch the videos on backing and all that, especially the one I just put out, you don't have to put a lot of line on there if you use backing. So if you buy a 200-yard spool of fluorocarbon, you know, 15-pound test, if you do like I do with the amount of backing that I put on, and only put on maybe 60 or 70 yards of fluorocarbon line, you can get 3 reels spooled up with that one 200-yard, you know, filler spool. So if you do it right, even though fluorocarbon is expensive, you can get a lot out of your money. Where if you were just to, you know, not use any backing at all and tie that fluoro straight to your spool and spool it up, you're only getting 1 reel, you know, out of that spool line. But to be safe, yeah, I would say a year, and I like to swap it out. I use Falcon Rise. Have you ever checked them out? I've seen them. I haven't used them though. Yeah, I've seen that video. It's not PC Fun. Yeah, it ain't. I can't think of what it's called now. You know what? I think it's called Fishing Sir. That just came to me. I think that was the brand. Fishing Sir. And even in the video, when he's talking about all the restrictions, you got to tag this, you have to do that. I'm thinking, that ain't those guys. You know, they want you to put out an honest review. If it is crap, whatever, you know. And really, guys, if there's a lot of stuff that I get from other companies or that I bought, and I should have made a video on it. But if it's crap, I'm not wasting my time making the video or your time watching it. So I'm only going to put things that I think is worth the money, or that I like, or I would truly buy with my own money on this channel. If it's crap, it's never even going to make it to the channel. You'll never even see it. Cousins have been what I've stuck to since 14. They're out of California on the heavier side in general, but it's great action. That's cool. Thanks for the info. Much appreciated. I can only imagine the number of stupid comments you get. Yeah, there's some real winners out there, you know. I would recommend the Gary Loomis Edge rods, really top-notch rods. I'm new. So part of the basic question is, what state are you out of? I'm in Illinois. Hey, Jim, are you still going to do the PC Fun backpack giveaway? I already did that, bud. I actually did 2 of them. I've done 2 giveaways for those backpacks. And in each giveaway, the winner, I left a comment in the comments, and then I pinned my comment. So yeah, I've done both of those giveaways, and both guys have already received the bags. David, you're getting a new dog tomorrow. That's cool, dude. There's a kayak group from my area that's raving about sea night. I'm a junkie. Give me the good stuff, you know. Let you know how it fishes. Cool, cool, cool. We are caught up on comments, and Game of Thrones has been going for probably 25 minutes. I better get upstairs here in a minute. Well, guys, you got any more questions or comments or anything? How's the truck been? J-Pop's truck is awesome, man. I do have some pretty big news about the truck as well, which I'll get into that probably in the next week or so, because I'm going to ask you guys for some help on that as well. Most money you've spent on a crap rod? Be totally honest, man, I can't say that I bought a rod that I didn't like. Some of the first rods that I bought were Bass Pro rods, and I bought some cheaper ones then. They, you know how Bass Pro has like Tourney Special, and they have like Pro Qualifier, and they have all those different upper, you know, the brands, Carbon Lights, and all that. These ones, I think they were just like the Bass Pro Special or something like that. They weren't even like one of their name brands. That was one of the first ones I started with. They were like 30 or 40 bucks, and even then, they were nice rods. I mean, at that time though, I didn't really know any better. This was years ago, but I can't remember me even having any complaints about those rods. And then little by little, I worked my way up. I think I got the Extreme rods, which I still have one. Pro Qualifier rods. I used a lot of the Morris rods. I used a bunch of different Shimano rods. I used to love the Shimano Camaros. Those rods are awesome. Those have been discontinued for a while. Shimano Compres I used. Like I said, the Shimano. What's the other one I used? It was a Compre and the Camaro. There was one more that I used. Shimano Compre, Camaro. I can't think of the name of it. Anyways, there's a few of those that I use. There's a lot of Bass Pro rods. I can't say really any of them that really stick out that was crap. No, I haven't used the DC yet, Russ. I haven't even spooled it up yet, bud. Fishing really hasn't really taken off here yet, so I'm not really spooling up a whole lot of really anything yet. What I've been doing is just kind of organizing some tackle. I got a hook box all organized, things like that. But favorite lure for sure is going to be a square bill. Game of Thrones is getting crazy. I'm missing it for the stream. Hey, you're recording it though, dude. My wife better be recording it as well. Yeah, Charlie, right now she got both bags. She got my rain suit up there in one bag. I don't know what she's doing with it, but it's up there, and then she got her bag too. So I don't think I'm getting either of them back. You don't understand Game of Thrones? Man, it's awesome. You got to get through the first season. The first season's not, I mean, it's good. It's kind of like the introduction. You have to watch it pretty much to understand anything. But man, once you really get going, it's awesome. Another one of my favorites would be Vikings. Man, I love the Viking show. But when Ragnar, man, when he died, well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, but the show kind of went down the hill from that point on. See you, Rod. Appreciate tuning in, man. Yeah, we're going to stay on just a few more minutes. We'll get off here. Remember, anybody that did donate for the giveaway. We got a lot of crap here. We ended up with a lot of stuff here. Anyone that did donate in the Super Chat giveaway, you have to look back, okay, when the video is uploaded. You have to look back because I'll have the winner down in the comments. Okay, then you reply to me, I'll get your address, and then I'll ship it out. So anyone that donated, again, look back to see if you won in the comments. You the man, I got the new Dodge truck. Couldn't do the Rebel even though that truck will make you drool. Yeah, man, I'm loving the Rebel. But I tell you what I'm loving even more than the Rebel is the Power Wagon. And I already have my eye on that Power Wagon. With one thing I don't like about the Rebel is the paint in the front. There's two little spots that there's paint. I wish it would be all like that matte type finish to it, just like the Power Wagon. And man, that and the winch on the front, I mean, it's such a beefy looking truck. I love the lights on top of the roof there. So who knows? I might have that one sooner than later. Yeah, that's it. Crucial. Thanks, Russ. Yeah, Crucial. Yeah, that was a killer rod, man. I had a bunch of those. TFL Trucks on YouTube did a review on the Ram Rebel that fuel mile per gallon were off. Are you experiencing the same issues? I can't even tell you what I'm getting miles per gallon. I'm sure it's terrible. I mean, the last Hemi, I had a Ram before this Ram, and that was terrible. So I'd imagine this is just as bad. I drive it pretty fast. I do have the bigger gas tank. I think it's a 30 or 33 gallon gas tank in it. I get about 10 days out of it. But yeah, I'd imagine that the miles per gallon is pretty terrible. But again, I haven't even checked. Jim, are you gonna leave the stream up? Got in late. I might stay on for another 10 minutes or so. I've been on right now an hour and a half, and Game of Thrones is already going. So, but yeah, I might stay on for another 10 minutes or so. You guys keep talking with me. I'll stay on. But go-to baits or bass on beds. Greg, I don't do really any bed fishing, bud. I can't see nothing in muddy water at all. So I search for them with a spinnerbait and a square bill. And then if I'm on a stretch to where I caught a few spawning bass, then I'll slow down, with a with a beaver tie bait or something like that, and I'll just pitch the entire bank. But that's pretty much how I tackle the spawn, just because I can't see anything, man. Do you still use TCS rods, or are you using mostly EVX? I use them both. It just depends what I'm doing. It's what I've leaned more towards the EVX for than I used to. I used to really love the TCS for cranking, and I still do. Don't get me wrong. It's still a killer cranking rod, but it loads the 3/8, and I found that I can just do more with the EVX because it loads at a quarter. So I kind of converted my cranking rods to those. That way I can put more baits on them and really carry less rods with me, just because, again, it loads a lighter crankbait. But if you're mainly throwing, you know, heavier cranks, the TCS, it's a killer rod. But again, I can just do more with the EVX. Good night. Thanks for the stream. Look forward to it every weekend. Appreciate it, Nate. Happy wife. Lee, you talking about spinnerbait? Yes, I did, dude. Actually, I made a video. It's kind of funny. I made a video for Mystery Tackle Box. It was a swim jig video. It's not out yet. And I had your spinnerbait tied on. And I wanted to check the spot out before I even shot the video, because I wanted to catch some fish. So I just threw the spinnerbait out there. I caught a fish on the first cast. So I put the spinnerbait down, because if there was any fish left in that spot, I wanted to catch them on video for the swim jig video I was making. But yes, I did, man. I tossed it out and I caught a fish on it. So I thought it was pretty cool. Never watched either Game of Thrones or Vikings. Oh, man. You got to watch them, dude. Enjoy the show and have fun watching Game of Thrones. Will do, Victor. Appreciate you tuning in, man. How do you catch very, very finicky bass on muddy to clear water? No, I have no idea on clear water. I don't fish clear water. Muddy water, man, muddy water can be very, very tricky, especially if it's cold. But you know, they're there. Those fish are not going to go deep in muddy water. They're shallow, no doubt. But especially like the lakes I fish, they're not that big. I mean, they're like 550 acres, they're 800 acres. They're not big, and they get a lot of pressure. But those fish are there. They've seen it all. They're probably always in a negative mood just with the conditions, being so muddy and things like that, all the pressure on the lakes. Probably the best thing you can do, I would say, just get a big shaky head, man. If you know where the fish are hanging out at, if you got a group of stumps or some laydowns or something like that, some docks, those fish are there. No doubt they're there. Okay, just soak that worm, shake the slack in your line, keep it there in the strike zone. Eventually they'll bite. But that's kind of my problem. I know those fish are there too. I like power fishing. I like moving fast, so I know I'm passing up a lot of fish. If I could ever just slow down and pick it apart, I'd catch a bunch more. But I'm just stubborn. I like to fish the way I want to fish. I want to catch them how I want to catch them. But that would probably be the best thing to do, to slow down, big shaky head, and just target fish. If you're fishing muddy water and there's only one stump on this stretch, you can guarantee there are some bass nosed up to that stump, because they can't see. They're going to get close to something to feel safe. So whether it be the bank, that stump, a laydown, you can guarantee if you're in muddy water, there's fish on that laydown. Becca's waiting. Never keep a woman waiting. Blue Boy, appreciate $2, buddy. You're into the giveaway. I use different rods, but I'm a little partial to my All-Star. Nothing to do with fishing, but how was in-game? Going to see it soon. Man, it was awesome, dude. I loved it. I know old Joker Mike Watts, he just seen it as well, I think today. And I think it came out it may have come out Thursday night or Friday. And the only one we could get into was Friday morning at 8:15 in the morning. So the wife took off work, my kids took off school, and we went Friday morning. So it was an awesome movie. Yeah, Lee, dude, it really was a good spinnerbait, man. I liked it. A lot of flash. And I tell you what, it had a lot of thump to it as well, dude. So, Jared, my PB on a scale, 6 pounds, not weighed, but I have a video which you can easily see. It's a 7-pounder. It would be 7 pounds. I mean, I didn't weigh it, but it's definitely 7 pounds or more. I'm sure a bunch of you guys can agree to that if you've seen that video. But on a scale, only 6 pounds. Did you get the straight shooter with the titanium weed guards, or regular? Just saying, the titanium ones have become. I got the ones with the titanium. What's it called? Hank Cherry. I got his, which they were just released maybe a month ago, something like that. I think I ordered 6 of them. I only have 2 of them. The other ones are back ordered. Yeah, I got the ones with the titanium weed guards on them. When do you throw a shaky head versus Texas? We talked about this earlier. I mean, really, with anything, you got to let the fish tell you what they want. I throw a Texas rig when I'm trying to cover water a little bit faster. But when I know, a fish is going to be on this stump, just like I was saying earlier, if you're fishing muddy water and you got one stump here, one stump there, I guarantee you there's a fish on both of those stumps, just because that's how it is in muddy water. They're going to relate to something because they can't see. So in a situation like that, I mean, of course, you can flip a Texas rig over there, but I would probably put on, a big shaky head, toss it right by that stump, or even past the stump, work it up to the stump, just shake the slack of my line and leave it there. And no doubt it's going to get hit just because there's going to be a bass on that stump. So for me, I would fish a Texas rig to cover more water. If you're dragging, things like that. I mean, really Texas rig, when you throw it out, you let it sit, it's just laying on the bottom, where at least the shaky head is up off the bottom. So anyways, if I'm trying to cover more water, move faster, Texas rig. And if I'm going to target fish, if I know fish are there, that's when I go to the shaky head. Thank you for answering my question. And honestly, I fish like you. I want to fish how I like to fish. Yeah. And I like foot on the gas and just cruise the banks, man. And, a lot of guys tell you to get off the banks. But I mean, if you're fishing lakes like I'm fishing, they're not off the banks. They are definitely on the banks. But that's why they're so tough to catch, just because everyone knows they're on the banks and everyone is just beating the banks. And they're getting so much pressure. They're getting harder and harder to catch. I mean, the lakes that I fish used to be so good back in the day, and more people are going to the lakes. People even along with the lakes have bigger motors, are getting on the lakes. I mean, nobody's following the rules. Everyone's getting on the lakes, and like I said, all the grass has pretty much died off in the lakes. I mean, the fish are just getting harder and harder to catch. I love the challenge, but it can be tough, man. We bought tickets last week, and the only tickets available was 3D. I think right now, tickets are available for John Wick 3. And I'm going to be there on the day it comes out as well, man. I love John Wick. Oh my God, that's early. Yeah, dude. I didn't want to get out of bed. Jared, I don't fish a whole lot of cold water, but in cold water, I like rattle trap, chatterbait, flat-sided crankbait, underspin, things like that. As the water warms up, I'll go to like a regular square bill. Something that's got more hunting type action, spinnerbait, things like that. Yeah, that is right, Mike. Yeah, we did both catch our PB. But Mike's didn't look nearly as big as mine, though. Like, I'm giving you crap, dude. Have you ever used Stanford missing link? I have not, Nate. I have not. I think I got on 7 o'clock Central Standard Time this time. And I didn't have many viewers on in the beginning. Do you guys like it later? I was doing them before. I was doing them around 8 or 9. And for the most part of the stream, I think we had around 80 or 90 people on for the most part. But you want me to start them later? You guys like them at 7? You want me to keep doing them every week again? I did miss the last 2 weeks with Easter and then just going out to dinner with the family. But if you guys want me to keep these up every Sunday, I will definitely do them. I enjoy talking with you guys. Adam, appreciate the $5, buddy. You're entered in the giveaway. What's in your hand? Oh, it's just I was talking about this bait I got in the MTB box earlier. What's it even called? The Chippewa. That's just the case for it. What type of trailers do you use on Chatterbait and what company? One of my go-tos is the plasma tail. I know a lot of you guys would not think to use a finesse worm as a Chatterbait trailer, but try it out. No doubt you're going to love it. But I like a finesse worm like that. I like the striking blade mill, or even just like a fluke, something like that. But that's what I use. 9 times out of 10, though, it's going to be a plasma tail. If I'm trying to imitate a shad, if I'm going to imitate like a bluegill or something like that, like the green pumpkin, or like the blade minnows. Bass Angler, what's going on, dude? I seen you got a live stream scheduled when you're building tackle for me, huh? Definitely keep them going. All right, Matt. 7 Central Standard Time. Keep them at 7. Keep it up, man. 7 or 8, good. You like it earlier. Do you feel that more expensive reels cast further? I mean, yes and no. I mean, a lot of guys when they're casting, when they're talking backlashes and all that, everybody wants to blame the reel. Okay, the right rod and the right pound test plays just as big as role as the reel. Obviously, if you have a little bit more expensive reel, you could have, better bearings. The distance from the spool to the back of the line guide, that plays a role as well. I mean, there's some variables that come into play there, but as far as casting distance go, when you hit that thumb bar, the only thing spinning is the spool. So decent spool bearings, it doesn't really matter if the reel's more expensive or if it's cheaper. You can always upgrade the bearings, but again, that really doesn't even matter. I've had less expensive reels cast really far. If you put on 10, 12, even 15-pound test fluorocarbon, conditioning your line, a lot of guys think that's a bunch of crap. It's not. Condition your line and you'll even gain more casting distance just by using line conditioner. I won't even toss fluorocarbon without conditioning my line. It makes a big difference. But why do I have to make everything a huge discussion? This is a simple answer, and I got to keep going on about it. But it could make a difference, more expensive reel if it has better bearings. But if you put on, like I said, a lighter pound test, 10, 12, 15, something like that, a rod that loads a lighter lure, and you're using the right lure, you can get a really far cast. It just depends on your setup, really. Can't tell you how much I hate grass carp. Have you ever used a solid black crankbait? It's not solid black. I used the one from 6 Cents. I've caught a few fish on it. It didn't do nearly as good as I thought it would have done in the muddy water that I fish, but I did catch a few on it. What else do you like to do besides fishing? Since January, I've been hitting the gym a lot. I like lifting weights. I don't like cardio that much. I do it every time before I lift, but I like lifting weights, riding bikes, fishing. That's about it. I caught my PB the other day in a power plant lake. It was like 4.5. On a Texas rig, the bait was an El Grande lures. Check them out. Yeah, I've seen them before, man. That's a nice bass too, dude. I can't find that color plasma tail. It's on there, dude. It's called Fluorescent Shad Green Soda. It's on there. If it's not on Biospawn website, look at Karl's, because I know the Biospawn site was sold out of a lot of the baits, but Karl's has it all. But you guys can use code TJ81, 20% off on Biospawn. I got a bunch of discount codes, guys, down in the description. Calco's Fishing, Fish Monkey Gloves, you name it, they're down there. Use the link, save some money. Like I always say, I don't get paid if you guys click on those links and use them. I don't make any money on that. Those are just for you. It's another way that I can pay you back, trying to get you guys deals on tackle and things like that. That's right, man. Everyone hit that like button. 8's good here. Yes, sir. Going to live stream. Me making tackle for you Wednesday, 6:30. I might be able to make that. We'll see. Man, I'm beat. I wore these fish out today. That's cool, dude. I like to hear, man. Love the streams. Keep them coming. I like your longer answers. That's cool. TJ likes to play bingo with the elderly. Who disliked the video? It's a PC fun hater, isn't it? Yeah, it could be, dude. Yeah, that guy was a joker. If you're gonna say something, at least know what you're talking about. I think people think I don't do my research. Trust me, I do way more than you guys think. And like I said, a lot of this stuff never even makes it to the channel because I'm not going to put up crap, Oh, Wide Fishing, he might. I don't know. Are you going to watch MLF on Tuesday? Probably not. I'll be at work for one. And two, I just can't get into that. I watched MLF before it turned into like a main series, It's like I just rather would watch the elites. And half the guys that I liked aren't even over there anymore. So I haven't even watched fishing. I watched some of the shows, but as far as tournament fishing goes, I haven't watched it really all year. So I'm kind of, on the fence with the new series and all that. I mean, it's all right. I'd rather just watch the elites. I wish all the guys would just go back to the way it was. It was more fun to watch for me. I'm out. Going to watch Game of Thrones. You should too. Have a good one. Yeah, Greg, I'm about to get off here too, buddy. We've been going an hour and 45 minutes here, so we're going to call it a night, guys. It was a lot of fun. Tell me how to watch MLF. Go, it's probably on TV, isn't it? Well, it won't be live. I'm not sure. Can you? Yeah, you can watch MLF live, and just like you could with Bassmasters, but then they do the reruns on TV as well. So, anyways, guys, we're gonna get off here. It's been an hour and 45 minutes. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember, if you donated, look back in the comments once the video's uploaded, because I'll have the winner pinned in the comments. Then you need to reply back to me, either email, on Instagram or Facebook. I'll get your shipping info, and I'll get all this bait shipped out to you. So I do appreciate everyone that did donate. Again, that money goes back into the channel, and we'll pick up a rod here in the next couple of weeks to review with one of those reels. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Smash the thumbs up. We will see you guys on the next one.